Breathe in. Sorry, breathe in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
Yes, good morning, student. Okay. What is your question about bad words? Good morning, Inez.
Good morning.
Okay. God damn it. Okay. Yes. Yes. What is your question, Yvonne?
Why all the Irish people say, but I don't know how to write that. Fuck's sick or fuck's sake?
Oh, yes. Okay. So that's a common expression.
But what? How is the spell of that?
Okay, so first of all, if you look in a text message, you might see this. Okay, so if an Irish person puts that in, that's what they're saying. Okay, so it's like this. Now you can put other words in there. Does anyone know what other word you can put there? Is very, very common as well.
For God's sake?
Yeah, for God's sake. Okay. You're very lucky I haven't filled that up. Okay, right. For God's sake. Okay? So.
But what does it mean?
Oh, another one? For Pete's sake. Okay? I think that might come from St. Peter, I don't know. Okay, so what the typical use for this is when you go, oh, like for example, when Seamus heard that 3 teachers were not here today, he was and said, okay, so you use this expression when you're really, really frustrated. Okay, it's very, very common.
But why say?
Which?
Sake.
The word sake on its own you can use in quite a few different ways, useful ways. So, for example, for the sake. Actually, no, I want you to do something with this. Okay, can you look for the collocations of that expression? Okay, look for the collocation. You can use ChatGPT to generate collocations there. I get which.
No?
Yeah, you could, but I bet you that in the list that you get, you'll have children. You'll have children in that list as well. Okay, so just generate collocations with ChatGPT of that expression. I'm pretty sure you'll get children in the near the top. Okay, for the sake of the children.
Peace,
Yes, right?
argument,
For the one sec, Javier again.
peace,
Peace. Okay, for the sake of peace. Yeah.
argument,
For the sake of the argument. Yeah. For the sake of argument.
clarity,
Clarity.
simplicity,
Simplicity. So you'll get a lot of abstract nouns like love as well, for the sake of love, for the sake of peace, etc. Especially when there's negotiations between 2 armies or whatever. For the sake of peace, we will stop fighting. Anything else? Progress. Did you get any people mentioned? Was there any
Others.
people? Which?
for the sake of others.
For the sake of others, children will also be there as well. Okay, so really what it means is for the interest of this group, to help this group. Okay, so for the sake of peace, we will sit down and speak. Okay, so it's very, very common in that context. But don't try to learn it in that context for this. Just use this as a collocation where you go, etc. Okay, and
Because
even.
I heard many times.
Oh yes, it's very, very common. And in fact, even if you don't hear it clearly, you probably guess what it means. So you did not hear Seamus when he came in today. He was furious. And he was, okay, so it's pretty obvious what the expression was that he used. Okay, he almost cried. Okay, right, stand up. I would like you to find the most beautiful person in the class who you are not sitting beside and discuss what you did yesterday and what you will do today. Okay, ready? After class. Off you go. Find the most beautiful person in the class. Andrea, you can get in the group of three.
Last week I was so
First of all, I wake up with
What are you going to
I wake up another time. Half then, something, I think something like that. But I had to do some paperwork for so I for half a block,
Folding tea towels.
Cry me a river, ladies. Let's discuss what you did yesterday and what you'll do later. Okay? Just.
I already said yes because she told me we were like, so really. And I was like, okay. But honestly, I didn't. But
speaks the whole time about
yeah, that's true.
Okay, right. I would like you to change your partners, and I want you to choose someone who you would be scared to share the bed with. Okay, off you go, quick. Who would you be scared to share the bed with? Okay, who would you be scared to share the bed with? Who would you? No, Stefan, you go in there.
So yesterday I didn't come here because I didn't know about English. So I took a pill. After that, I prefer paperwork for the working airport and finish my job. And it's time I'm focusing on work and I prepare the round trip. 2 weeks.
Many things because
Are you going to already Qatar? I think maybe bypass the old train here in because I would like to try.
we were about 10 people. Now we are 6.
This is the last time I want you to switch, and I want you to find someone you think is a very good kisser. Okay, off you go, simple simples. Who do you think is a very good kisser? Off you go, simple simples. Very good kisser, yeah. There you go.
He's French. I'm French. Oh, of course. Yeah, very good kisser. Baguette. Tell me about
Funny.
Okay, sit down, sit down. Okay, before I ask you a few of those questions, can you look at this one? I heard a few of you say this kind of thing. We were about 20 people. What's a better way of saying that? Well, you could say around, but about is fine. No, it's more to do with this part. What's the problem here? Okay, so if you're talking about existence in English, and this is about existence, which subject do you very often use? There. What was that? There. Excellent. So there were about 20 people. Okay, or about 20. If you want to include yourself, you would generally say something like this. 21. Or 21. Okay. All right, so try getting into the habit of doing that. There were 20 of them, 20 of us, etc., etc. Maybe you noticed when I was giving you the instructions, I gave you sentences like that. What's strange about that sentence?
It means the who
Yeah, where?
before you.
Yeah, okay. Why am I allowed to do that? Why am I allowed to take that out?
You are lazy.
Again?
Because you are lazy.
I told you this yesterday.
It's not essential.
It's not essential, and native speakers will take it out even in formal contexts. So you tell me why I'm allowed to take that out. Why? Yeah, it's this thing, not that thing. It's this thing. If I have that or pronoun in this case and then a verb, then I'm able to eliminate who. Okay? I cannot eliminate who if I have a verb straight after. So if I gave you something like this, find someone who, and now give me a verb. Give me a verb here. Again, find someone who is a good kisser or whatever. Now I cannot eliminate the who. You can only eliminate that if there's something here. Okay, you understand that? So I don't want to teach you about defining relative clauses and object relative pronouns. I don't think many of you will remember it. Maybe if I put it on the video, etc. But all you really have to do is focus on this combination, and I'll test you on that shortly as well. Also yesterday, I gave you this word. I said it's not very common, and it isn't very common. Okay, now I'm going to give you another, so come over here for a second. I want you to look here. I'm going to give you two sets of sentences. And one of the problems that I saw from you yesterday was that you were trying to mix these up. Now when you mix them up, obviously it won't work. Okay, so when you use whereby, now I told you when you're trying to learn the grammar, I want you to notice patterns. Okay, now I'm going to show you two sets of 10 sentences, I think it is. And I want you to see, can you identify something different about the sentence? Now it's quite easy to see, okay? But hopefully this thing will open up in the next 2 years. Okay, right? Okay. So the first set of sentences is very similar to what you got yesterday. Okay, now Yvonne, can you flick off the light there just for a second? Okay, now, do you see, everyone see those sentences there? Very similar to what you got yesterday. What do you notice about them?
Could, would.
Okay, so again, you see could, would, blah, 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 you see were, etc. It's very similar to a conditional in these contexts. It's not necessary.
It's connected to the subject, the noun, the how to say.
Which noun? Where, okay. When you're trying to, when I ask you for patterns, what I'm really asking for is before and after. Try to identify, especially before and after the expression or the word that I'm talking about. What do you see before the word?
That is past.
Before. Oh yeah, I see what you mean there. It doesn't have to be. I could change the tense. Okay, just happens to be all past in this. Not the last one though. Number 10 is not the last one. It's not past. What do you see? You told me this yesterday. What do you see there?
No.
What kind of noun? Yeah, I asked you for collocations yesterday, and you saw that the nouns that were used are things like process, method, strategy, technique. Why? Whereby does what? Whereby explains what?
Process.
How something happens. Okay? Now, just look at the construction. So the company introduced a scheme whereby employees could work from home twice a week. This explains the scheme. Okay? You understand that? Yeah. This explains the law. So most of you who constructed it like that had no problem. But some of you did something a little bit different. Look at these sentences. What do you notice about these that are different to the other ones? What's different about them and the first set?
You don't explain why, how.
Oh, you sort of do. But there's something different about the construction of the sentence.
That is just one word before
Yes,
the word
okay.
by.
Yeah.
There is no more information.
Yeah, the information. Okay, so in the previous set, I'll show you again now in a second. You had more than this at the start. Here you have the rule, a mechanism, the plan, a method, blah, blah, blah. Then you have whereby, then you explain, but look what you have at the end. Very often you have another, well, you have in all of these another clause. Has, was, has, is being, has, is, changed, blah, 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 explains. Okay, so first of all, you have a new policy whereby, now you explain that, citizens must register online. That's the explanation of the policy. And then you say, has just been introduced. Okay, take a picture of that and then translate. And then I'm going to show you the other ones, and then you'll take a picture of them and translate them. Now, when you made mistakes yesterday, it was because you kept mixing these up. Okay, these two sets of sentences. Okay, right, that's one set. And if you want the other set, translate them. Okay, just give me a sec. Oops, sorry. There. So take a picture of them, translate them, and see what the difference is between the two sets. So this is what I was trying to fix yesterday. Or said I would come back to this. Okay, now with your partners, I want you to create two sentences. I want you to create a sentence with whereby, which is similar to the first group, and a sentence that is similar to the second group. Okay? All right, now you do that with your partner. Okay, I don't want you using ChatGPT for this. Okay, so Andrea, you work with Stefan there. Gonzalo, you work with Inés. You work with Javier. You work together and you work together. Okay? And Yvonne, can you flick on the light there just first? Okay? Now I want 2 sentences, one like the first pattern and one like the second pattern. Only together. Okay? So you don't have to produce 4 sentences. Just yes, you work with it. Okay, so just 2 sentences. Just 2 sentences together. Just 2 sentences together. 2 sentences together. So one like the first one and one like the second.
Because the first one is like more like
Yeah, but if you
something established.
yeah, but look, if you look at it, it doesn't really have to be that. Okay, so if you look, oh my God. Okay. Look how many words are there. So the company introduced the scheme, and then you explain what the scheme was like. The Parliament passed a law, and then you explain what the law was like. She devised the system, and then you explain what the system is. But when you go down here, you just say a new policy. So you explain the policy, but then you have to say what, okay, was introduced or was signed last year, etc. That kind of thing. Okay. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just do something really simple.
For example, the Irish word the checking process whereby I don't know who changed the check or authorities for example, I remember before sometimes alcohol. Okay, alcohol and bottle. But now I think you can do it. But if it's empty, like a bottle, like for the word something like that, you can know. So I don't know if before you can do the same or
In 2 minutes. I wouldn't possibly read that. Finished? No. 90 seconds. Anyone finished? If you do that, look at the sentences here. You cannot just say the regulation and then explain it and then not say anything more about the regulation. Go back to these. Go back to sentences.
And it's possible to say she signed a contract whereby has many rules. Oh.
You're nearly right, but you made some mistake with the grammar. Okay? So, the sentence that you gave me there as well. Look at those sentences. Now, here you have just a few words at the start, then you have whereby, then you explain that, but then you have another part at the end, and you didn't include anything at the end. You have to finish the sentence. Now, give me your sentence again, Yvonne.
She signed a contract whereby has many rules.
Okay, now look at the sentences there. What comes after? Okay, so you have to do something, and you're nearly right. Okay, you're very.
Whereby the house has many rules.
So repeat again.
She signed a contract where the house has many rules. Whereby the house has many rules.
I don't know how to say. Is it the first one?
I know. That's
Yep.
Can I ask you, that kind of sentence is the same in the restaurant when I booked the table?
Which one?
There are two of us.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yes, there are okay. Like that lady there is going to go somewhere tonight. She's putting on the lipstick. She's already prepared.
Fine. I want to play the game.
Oh, come on, there.
Yeah, okay, but I was thinking, the construction of
So you're doing the expensive. Again? Yeah, was expensive. You have to finish the sentence. So if you look here for a second. Here, one sec. So you see what you did. So, God, where is it? Okay. Okay, so what you did was just part of it. So you did something like this. The principle, so you have here the deal, whereby, and then you explain that. Okay? So you have, well, that's probably a bad example. This is better. Yeah. So mechanism whereby disputes are resolved quickly, so that makes sense. And then you have to finish it with something like this. Is essential. You have to say okay. Just give me 1 sec. Perfect. They do a few mistakes, but the grammar is essentially there. Yes. There are certain mistakes here, so it's in your automated routine where we have to show enthusiasm for saying as
Whereby
okay. The rule whereby students, not students, next students show fake enthusiasm no is so
first boost.
That's correct. So there are a few mistakes. Take that out. What's the here? Oh, that's all right. Okay, now it's show fake enthusiasm gives first boost. Our teacher needs to show me enthusiasm. But the grammar is essentially okay. Show me your examples. So lo mismo I don't think so. Okay. Everyone, one sec. That's much better than yesterday. Much better. If you made a mistake, it was typically three mistakes were all the same. So if you start with this, and some of you did this yesterday, and I wanted to show you in more detail, so I didn't do it until today. If you have just an expression like a treaty, the rule, the mechanism, the plan, etc., you explain. Don't worry about that. Okay, so you have an explanation. So the plan whereby staff rotate departments every 6 months. This is the explanation of the plan. You must have another clause here. You must say what has improved efficiency, is being tested, has faced criticism. If you left something out, it was that, okay? So you're correct. Everyone, all the sentences were correct. The only mistake was some of you didn't finish, okay? That was it, okay? All the rest of it was correct. Now, as I said yesterday, I don't really care about the word whereby. It's not super important for you at this level, and it's only formal. If you want to learn it, of course it's important in that context. But, however, if I give you other relative pronouns or relative adverbs, I want you to be able to identify patterns without a teacher. So I'm going to ask you to do something, and this is easier actually. You will identify it very quickly. I want you to generate 10 questions with the relative adverb why. I guarantee you'll see the pattern straight away, okay? Generate 10 sentences with the relative adverb, it's called relative adverb why, W-H-Y, okay? Off you go. Can you identify the pattern? I think you will identify the pattern in 2 seconds. The relative adverb why. So generate 10 sentences with the relative adverb why. I have already done it, but I want you to. You should notice a very obvious pattern. Very obvious. Don't even think about complaining. Cry me a river.
I say anything?
No, but I saw your face. Did you notice the pattern?
Some sentences with reason why.
Yes. Now, you all noticed? Okay, I'm pretty sure if you looked at these sentences here, you would identify a pattern, yes? What's the obvious pattern? Reason why. Every one of them has reason. I'd have to really try hard not to put the word reason in. And if I did put something in, it would be a synonym of reason. Okay, it's fairly obvious. Okay? And obviously if you do this, you explain the reason. So this is the reason why I don't trust him anymore. Okay, so why don't you, what's the reason? Because of this. Okay, everyone understand that? Yeah. So it's very simple. Now, can you please come out here for a moment? Stand up for a second. Okay, so stand up for a second. No, we don't need this. Put them on the floor. No, just here, okay? Just down there somewhere. Yes, okay. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to identify the patterns that go with certain, what you call it, relative pronouns or adverbs. Seamus, yes. Spoke with, blah, blah, blah. Is living, blah, 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 etc., etc. Loves. He's super fast, this man, extraordinary. Who's...
You always complain too.
Move your ass. Okay, excellent. In the perfect combination of complaining. Whereby, strategy, the system. Okay, now, if you had the word whereby, what would you see before? So you have whereby, you could have the system.
The strategy.
Yeah. Could you have anything else? Would you have the reason?
No.
You would explain the reason by using whereby? No, probably not. So the words that you're going to see with whereby are going to be something similar to that. Okay, can you give me any other words that could go there? Forget about them. Are there any other words that could go? The process, what else? The rules, the system, what else? The policy, the agreement. Yes, fairly obvious, yes? Okay, now, if I gave you that word, what can go before whom?
Speak with.
Again?
Spoke with. No.
Before?
I'm sorry.
Whom loves? No.
What can go
The reason.
here?
The reason.
Yes, there is. Oh, no, the reason. The reason.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Someone.
Again?
Someone.
Yeah, it'll have to be some person. Okay, so Reuben might be acceptable. What else might be acceptable? Valentina, Seamus, Amy, etc. Okay, what can go after? No. You cannot use a verb after that. No.
Love.
What comes after whom? So a new again, another person. Okay, so again, Amy or blah blah blah. Another possibility would be Seamus. Put Seamus down there, etc. Okay, excellent. It's amazing how lazy we are in this class. Okay, right. Now, what comes after that? What comes after that? Yeah, it has to be a verb. So what would you put after? Okay, blah blah blah. Etc. Blah blah blah. Or what else? Spoke with, yeah, will be acceptable. Okay, put spoke with, blah blah blah. What else could be there? Is living, etc. So they are the only acceptable answers. You can obviously move the names around, etc. But you cannot start with a verb here. You can't say whom loves. You'd have to say whom Seamus loves, etc. Could you finish that sentence? Any of those sentences for me? Give me a sentence using one of them. One of those combinations.
Valentina, whom Seamus loves.
What? Valentina, whom Seamus loves. Now you have to talk about Valentina again.
His eyes?
Is
His eyes?
ice?
Professionally.
Has eyes. Well, yes, I suppose she does.
His eyes.
Loves. Oh, no. Because you have to talk about Valentina. So you would say Valentina, whom Seamus loves. No. You cannot use that because the grammar wouldn't work. Valentina.
Okay.
No, this won't work. Valentina, whom Seamus loves, is Italian. If you take out all of that, then you'll have Valentina is Italian, which would be fine. Okay, so you're just describing who Valentina is. You want to define this person. So if I said Reuben, whom Amy is living with, let's say, what?
He's a disaster.
Is it? Well, we don't know, but maybe Amy will speak to you tomorrow. Or whenever. Okay? So, Reuben, whom Amy is living with, is a disaster, or is Romanian, or is a lovely person, or whatever, etc. You're describing Reuben. Or you could say something like, Valentina, whom Seamus loves, is working in the reception at the moment. Okay? You have to say something about Valentina. But the most important thing, when you're trying to use these, identify the pattern. Usually a person, and then a verb. Okay? You understand that? Because this person is going to do something to this person. Now, if I use that word, what combination can I have?
No.
What would I have to change? No. I don't change anything there. Could I just exchange that? Yes, I can. There's nothing wrong with that. So I can say Ruben, who Amy loves, is Romanian or whatever. So who is more flexible? Who is more flexible? Who is more flexible? Well, maybe Amy is more flexible. Okay. Now, so that's one alternative. What else can happen? What else can you put here?
Whose?
No. What can go before who? Yeah, it has to be a person usually. Now, could it be anything else? Could it be anything else to put something else before who? Maybe a dog. Maybe a dog who you consider as part of the family or whatever. Never a cat. Never a cat. Cats are terrible creatures. Terrible creatures. Maybe a pet crocodile is possible, but not a cat. Any organization of people, that would also work. Okay, so maybe a team or a company, etc., or just individual people. Then you can put them. So let's say put one person there, etc. And someone has already done it. Okay, now you can put the verb straight after who. There's no problem with that. You can say Valentina, who is living, I don't know, somewhere over there, is in reception. Valentina, who is living with Seamus, is she's not living with Seamus. I'm just spreading rumors. Okay. What else can you use? You could say Valentina, who loves, Valentina, who spoke with, etc., and then finish the sentence. So who is more flexible? You can have this situation, or you can have that situation. This or that. Okay? No problem. But whom only works with the verb. Now, if you use that one, what do you use? What comes before whose? Usually, again, usually a person. Usually a person. Why? Because it's basically like this. And what would you put here?
A name.
Usually. Okay, you don't always have to have a name. Like you could say, for example, now technically what you would usually say is the door of the car. But it's not totally wrong to do that. Say the car's door. So you might have something instead of a person at the start. But usually, because it's like this, usually you will have a person. So put the person before it.
Person.
Yeah. Now what do you have? You want something that the person possesses or could possess. So what can you put there? Okay, yeah. Excellent. Is there anything else you could put? You could put passion. So put passion there as well. And you can put love. So you can't, love in this case is a noun. It is not a verb. Okay, so Valentina, whose passion for Seamus is unbounded, is working in reception. You understand that? Yes. It's not true. Valentina.
We never know.
Who knows? No, I think it's a few other teachers, to be honest. Okay, so if you had gone out on Friday night, you probably would have noticed which teacher she likes. Valentina, whose car. Now finish that sentence. Whose car? Finish the sentence. Valentina, whose car
is broken, is in the mechanic. Mechanic, no, I don't know what's
is at the garage or whatever.
Garage.
Just be careful. Who's at the garage? The car or Valentina?
We never know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you'd have to be careful. If you said that Valentina, whose car is at the garage, is with the mechanic. Now, who's with the mechanic? The car or Can you fix a few problems for me, etc. Okay, etc. Okay, so you understand that? Okay. Now, if I said Valentina, whose passion, finish that sentence.
About life?
Passion. Again.
About life?
Valentina, whose passion about life, what?
Is something.
Is. No, you have to talk about the passion about life then. You would have to say, Valentina, whose passion for life is infectious, is in reception. Okay? You have to have a fuller sentence. Most of the problems that you have are because you stop too soon. You don't explain anything about Valentina. Now, this one is easy.
The reason why.
Yeah, okay? The reason why I'm in Ireland
Is because I would like to improve my English.
is because she's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
You understand
This
that?
is my country.
It's true, exactly. Okay? The reason why Valentina is in reception is
Because of this passion.
is to work, supposedly, okay, etc. The reason why Valentina is in Seamus's office is
Because they have
to also work. To also work. You understand that? Now, I was trying to show you here, when you're learning grammar, try to identify patterns. But the way you identify the patterns is typically concentrate on what's before the grammar expression you want to learn and after. And very often immediately before and after. And if you really want to use them, think about what kinds of words can go there. Okay, so is it a name? Is it an object? Is it just an abstract word like the reason, etc.? Something like that. You understand that? When I give you any grammar, I want you to start going, oh, what's there? After that, if you get that skill set, you don't really need a teacher that much. Okay? Really, it's just opening your eyes. Maybe you need a teacher until advanced level or upper intermediate plus. But most, 90% of the work, you should be eliminating the teacher. You should have this skill. Okay? If you don't and you get to advanced, you probably won't learn quickly. Okay? I want you to learn quickly. So this kind of stuff you can do on your own. Now the next thing I want you to do is take a photo of this. Not Kahoot, for God's sake. And a bloody what is it, Tuesday? Okay, so here at this. Let's see. Right, okay, so if you look at this, what do you notice about those sentences?
Short one.
Yeah, they're all very short. They're all typically, they're all simple sentences. Now, if you want to, and it creates a text. So the government built a new prison. It holds thousands of inmates. What are inmates, by the way? Prisoners. So inmates, roommates. In English, inmates means prisoners. Some inmates committed violent crimes. Other inmates are in for minor offences. The prison has strict rules. Guards enforce the rules every day. Now, if you look in all the sentences, there's a pair. So you'll have the government built a new prison. It is talking about the prison. Some inmates committed violent crimes. This is inmates, here's inmates. You should be able to combine those sentences. I want you to combine the sentences, okay? Using relative pronouns and relative adverbs. So you can use when, where, why, who, whose, whom, okay? Off you go with your partners. So pair, stay in the pairs that you're in, okay? So I want you to combine the sentences as best you can, okay? I'll leave this up. Just here. So you understand what this is going to do? No. government building in prison, which? Why would you call this? Exactly. Because which is okay, so the government building will be which holds the other side is which are okay, so like for example, the first one. The government built a new prison. It holds thousands of inmates. So the government just because the two things, like you have no government in the second sentence, you have a prison in the first sentence, and you have a prison in the second sentence. So the government built a new prison, which are you? Then you have to have extra information. The government built a new prison whereby the government built a new prison which holds much easier to do. You understand what you? The government built a new prison which holds thousands of inmates. Or that.
In the second one is some inmates committed violent crimes that other inmates are involved.
You'll have to say something about who.
That?
Who are. So, like in the first sentence, you have I'll come back to this.
For example, for me the first one, for me is the government which built a new prison holds thousands of inmates.
If you're saying holds thousands of new inmates, you're saying the government holds, not the prison. You write down the sentence you have there. If you said the government which built a new prison. Okay, give me 1 second. Try the next two if you want. Okay, the government which built a new prison. Holds thousands of inmates. Now that's grammatically correct, but it makes no sense really. But you're saying the government holds the government holds the prisoners, not the prison. Translate that.
El cual construyó
You see, the government has the prisoners. That makes no sense. It's grammatically correct, and even it would be grammatically correct in Spanish, and you go, government have the prisoners, not the prison. So what you want is the government built a new prison, which holds, because you want the which to be close to the prison, not the government. Okay? Right?
Is that okay to say that one?
Yes?
Yeah. And the third one, the prison has strict rules, that's why it works and follows the rules every day. Yeah.
Although you would expect that in most
And in the second one, some inmates commit violent crimes. Who other inmates are
The first one which
It's correct.
Which?
give you a little clue. Okay. Right. Okay, you'd have to be a bit more complicated.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to be a little bit more complicated.
We can see it for an example. Just also which. Why which? Because I was thinking maybe which one?
Which? If you want, you can go on.
Yes.
That's why.
That's why.
Okay.
If you want to use it, right, more
Okay.
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 That guards the possibility.
I'll give you a few more minutes, okay? Keep going.
I don't have idea for the second one.
No. Yeah.
That's why.
Number 3 with number 2, number 3 with force. And I think so. The government built an impression which it calls
Andrew, there are cells for
inmates
prisoners
commit violent crimes
whereby the
and
cells are
other inmates are
They're much more complicated. So there are cells for prisoners, which
the cells are.
you don't want to repeat cells. The reason you use these relative pronouns is because you don't want to repeat them. So there are cells for prisoners, which
Like that?
no, which
Yeah. Okay.
which
Over
Which are
in the minor.
minor orphans.
So we can
You,
avoid
yeah, exactly. You do that in Spanish. Translate that sentence. There are cells for prisoners, which are very small in Spanish.
Hay celdas.
Just
Las celdas son muy pequeñas. No.
No, there are.
No.
So
Ajá. Las celdas para
No.
los prisioneros.
No, there are. So you have to say they exist. So
Hay celdas para prisioneros,
que.
pero las celdas.
No. Okay? I'll have to bloody explain in Spanish.
In Spanish.
Okay.
Some inmates commit violent crimes and other inmates are informed of offenses.
Get your phone.
Like one which the prison has strict rules.
Now you translate this, and you will see that in the sentence there is only one sentence. Few minutes.
Whose words and further
like you were thinking.
I think we have to put a point apart and we can connect everything.
Only one. That thing is replacing the second. You do not want to say it again. So that's why you
The prison has strict rules, words and force of
okay? So you wouldn't want it to repeat again. It's like in the first one, you don't want to repeat prison twice. Or sorry, repeat prison, sorry. you take out prison in the second clause.
Which?
No. Okay. No. Which is correct. The other part is wrong. Now translate that into Italian for me. You did the exact same thing as the Spanish speakers over there. No. Just use your brain.
She has the same problem like me. I think so.
Okay. Now, do you have cells? No. Exactly.
And then they wait a long time, no?
Martin for the rule of the day. Who are thirds for prisoners?
We didn't know that's
Or whatever it is, whereby no, you can have strange for the rule.
Would expect that. Why would the guards know? Maybe I don't know. Maybe they're possibly.
Guards and
That's
forces
why
are
we're optimism.
guards cells or
We are.
Okay, stop. Okay, just move there for a second. Okay, everyone, can you look here just for a moment? Now, I would say everyone did badly. Okay, everyone did badly. Some of you badly. Okay, I would say, well, not everyone. I would say the people who did very few, like a few of the two groups over here, gave me few answers, but they were correct. Other groups gave me more answers, but they were not the best. Okay, so here is what you could do. So the government built a new prison which holds thousands of inmates. Some inmates who committed violent crimes live alongside others who were in for minor offences. The prison has strict rules that guards enforce every day. So some of you try to use whereby all the time, and I told you it's not common. The next one then, there are cells whose size is very small, creating harsh conditions. You don't have to put that in, you can put in other expressions that I gave. So for example, Yvonne, read the sentence that you have.
There are cells for prisoners that are very small.
There are cells for prisoners that are very small. You can talk about the cells, etc. I don't know why Stefan is taking a picture of this, because this is in the document that I produce every day. Yes, every day these are in the documents. Next one then. Families who visit on designated days often wait in long lines, so we're talking about the families. There was one day, so you're talking about the time, when many activists gathered outside staging a protest where they demanded better conditions. The government, which refused to listen, relied on a minister whose speech upset the public. Some people who supported the prison clashed with others, clash means that had an argument or a fight with others who called for reform in a moment that revealed a deep divide in society or whatever, etc. Okay? Now, you don't need to do every single one of them, but if you can't do that, you can't move to advanced. And the reason you can't move to advanced is because you can only use simple and compound sentences. So simple sentences are the ones with the subject and a verb and maybe an object or a complement. So you'll say things like, oh, she kissed him. That's a simple sentence. She kissed him. A compound sentence would be, she kissed him and she is happy. Okay, it's very easy. I don't think anyone in this class would have a problem with doing that. But to get to a higher level, you have to include dependent clauses or relative clauses, something like that. Like, for example, she kissed the man who lives next door. The woman who I love is living with a man who is from the Netherlands or whatever, which is a beautiful country, okay, etc., etc. So you can keep etc. You understand that? So you can use who, which, who, etc. If you can't do that well, you're going to be limited to upper intermediate, because that's really one of the big differences between this level and the advanced level. The advanced level students, when they go to write, now they still make mistakes, they're not perfect, they'll still make mistakes with this, but they're better than you. Now, I honestly don't think it's that difficult to fix, okay? And one way you could fix it is by doing something like this. So I could go and ask ChatGPT, whatever, do this. Give me 2 simple sentences that could potentially be linked by a relative adverb or pronoun, relative pronoun. Don't give me the complex sentence. Okay, so well, they've given me 2. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, they give me 4. Okay, I visited a small town. The town is near the mountains. Now combine them.
I visited a small town.
Which, what?
Which is near
Which
the
is
mountains.
near-
Which is near the mountains. Now, some of you keep using where, and I'll show you why that won't work tomorrow. She met a musician. The musician who played the violin beautifully. Okay, you understand that? Okay, I'll do it again. I remember the day we first spoke on that day.
When?
Give me the full sentence.
I remember the day when we spoke on that.
When what?
We spoke.
Yeah, when we spoke. No. Okay. I remember the day when we first spoke on that day.
When we spoke.
When we first spoke. So if you make mistakes, some of you are making mistakes by repeating the word that you're referring to. You don't do that, okay? So I remember the day when we first spoke. Next one. He bought a restaurant. The restaurant was in the city center.
He bought a restaurant which was in the city center.
Yeah, now do it again. Press again. Yeah, the effort. Again. 5 letters.
Met a woman who lived in their car.
Who lived?
We lived next door.
Next.
We walked to the park.
That was very funny.
That was very quiet. Yeah.
Again?
Do it again, but where the relative pronoun is whose pronoun. Whose. W-H-O, yeah. Okay? Yeah. Press. I spoke to a man, his car had broken down.
I spoke to a man whose car had
Heartbroken.
She has a friend whose
Yes, she has a friend whose brother works in New York. Again? They admire a writer.
Whose are very popular. We visit a family.
Sometimes in this class, I feel like I'm a priest in a church. We visited a family, their house was by the lake. We visited the family whose house was by the lake. Amen. That's it. For God's sake. Like the atmosphere. Okay, and what do you notice about these sentences? These 2.
What?
What do you notice about that sentence and that sentence?
possession.
Yeah, this. Their house, his books. My house, her car, etc. Again. His lessons, its tale. Give it to me. So not me.
No, definitely not.
Next. Next.
I adopt a dog whose tail was very short.
Yes. Now again, but with whom?
He trusts a lawyer who
Whom?
spoke to him yesterday.
Now be careful.
No, whom spoke
No,
yesterday, no?
whom she spoke. Remember? Look down here. After whom, you must have a name. There's the name. She trusted a lawyer whom she spoke to yesterday. You do not need that part. That's eliminated. I saw a woman whom you were sitting beside. Don't repeat this thing because that's that thing. Don't repeat this because that's that thing. Do it again. Now, if you make mistakes, you're making mistakes with this kind of thing. He is a doctor. Many patients respect him. Yvonne, connect that.
He is a doctor whom patients respect.
Yeah, or many patients respect. Yeah, perfect. Okay, Andrea, this one.
I called a
Colleague.
colleague whom you work with last year.
Yes. Okay, you don't want to repeat this thing. Okay, do again. Stefan?
She interviewed a candidate whom the company later hired.
Perfect. Javier? Yes.
We met a guy whom everyone trusted during the trip.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now you see, you've eliminated the mistakes that you make. Now, you don't really need me for this, because all you could say is, give me the answer, it will give you the answer. Okay, it will give you the answer that I'm telling you now, and it'll say, oh, be careful about this word here, for example. Okay, you will identify the patterns yourself. See how quick it is to fix? Like, you can get to an advanced level of grammar within 5 minutes. It's just practicing this now. Okay, it's just do, okay now, which pronoun, say again, but, which one did we not do? Choose an adverb or a pronoun we did not use.
Why?
Why? Okay, once again with why. Yes.
What's the difference between who and whom?
Again, who is the same as whom, but whom is more restricted. Whom you can only use with noun verb after. If you remember back there, you cannot put verbs straight after whom. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
This one. He didn't explain the reason. Everyone was confused about it. She couldn't understand the reason. They refused to help her.
Everyone was confused.
What expression always will be there? The reason.
Why?
Okay, so he didn't explain the
Reason
reason.
Why everyone
Why?
was confused.
No. The reason why.
Everyone was confused.
Yeah.
Confused.
Or about it, if you want. She couldn't understand the reason.
Why?
Why?
They
refused to
Is it
Easy.
possible to use that?
She couldn't understand the reason that they refused to help her. No, you're not really explaining it. I know why you're saying it, but we want to use why in this case. And even if you don't understand it, what word nearly always goes with why and almost never with that?
The reason.
Why? Okay, the reason. Okay, so the
Okay.
reason why, etc. Okay, give me another one. I know it's repetitive, but
No, don't worry.
okay, it's too much effort for this. I'm surprised he hasn't just got copy paste. Okay, great. I don't know the reason why she left the party early. They never told us the reason why. Okay, now again, but whereby, but whereby. No.
Whereby?
Okay, right, okay. The company introduced the system. This is how lazy he is. He didn't even give me the grammar. Okay. So the company introduced the system. Employees could work from home through it. No, give me the full sentence.
The company introduced a system whereby employees could work from home.
Okay. Yes, exactly. Okay. Okay. Everyone get that? Like, I don't think that's that difficult. So I know I made it more difficult for you when I gave you a longer text. Now, in a more complicated way, okay? Again with, okay? But no, sorry. Again, but where three sentences can be combined.
3 sentences can be
combined. Now this is more advanced, and this is why Inés will be speaking to the Upper Intermediate Plus teacher on the break. Because she did this.
No,
Combined. Combined with a D. Can you combine them? Oh no. This is going to be far too complicated. Don't worry. You put whereby. That's how lazy.
Me?
Okay.
You say that it's right.
Do again. Copy that. D with who and that.
I met a woman who teaches French.
Who lives in my neighborhood.
And lives in the neighborhood.
And yeah, in this case, I wouldn't say I met a woman who teaches French who lives in my neighborhood. I'd say you'd just say I met a woman who teaches French and lives in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay. To be honest, I wanted them to be connected. Use both. Here one and here another. He bought a phone.
That's a very good
This is not a very good example. Okay, do again. But where you must use that and who to combine the three sentences. Something extraordinarily interesting. No, this is rubbish again.
I write down
this. Yes, yeah. Sometimes it doesn't work very well. Okay. No, you idiot.
You can speak to it.
I would like 2 sentences that are combinable
what ChatGPT wake up
with who, and then the second, and third are combinable with that.
It's very complex.
Yes, it's not too grammatically right.
I see.
That's not all. Go on your break and I'll create the bloody text. Go on your break. Okay?